Hello there, World of Tankers, I'm Jordan Blitz, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 3 played tanks in World of Tanks Blitz. Now this list has changed quite a bit over the past months, with different tanks being buffed and nerfed and other things like that. So in today's video, I'm going to be listing the 3 most played tanks, so make sure, if you do like this type of content, to slap that subscribe button down below. Almost about to hit 21,000, which is kind of crazy for me to believe. But yeah, thank you guys for all the support, but let's get straight into it. So the number 3 position is actually the T-49. Now I was very surprised to see that this tank was still able to hold the number 3 position after the Sheridan and the T-92 came into the game, with the missiles that were one of the most popular things to come into the game. And fun fact, the T-92E1 was the second most played tank in Blitz, but now it is actually in 4th place, overtaken by the mystery vehicle I'll be talking about in the next game, and as well the T-49. So that's pretty impressive that people have actually really stopped using the T-92E1. Now, I personally feel the reason, of course, for that being is, first of all, the T-49 actually has a quicker reload than the T-92E1, believe it or not. So that's one little fact that probably dissuades a couple people, and not to mention, the tank really just, it's not great anymore. You know, it's good, it's just not necessarily one of the most OP tanks tier for tier. So, that was a nice little HE into the IS-3 there. I can't really, do a lot of damage to these guys, although that is a Lorraine, and we can get quite a bit of damages onto that Lorraine. As you can see there, that guy just lost a big chunk of his HP. So I would love for that shell to pen. In fact, I will wait right here with my shell aimed in on that spot for one unlucky contestant to pop their turret out, like the Charioteer. So that is the favorite thing about the T-49, is whipping off just a massive chunk of a tier 8 hit point pool. Not to mention, you can play tier 7 opponents in this game, although this is actually an entire tier 8 matchup. This is actually one of the most balanced matchups I've ever seen. So we've got this FE301, and oh, that went low. I wish that really had gone high. The 49 has actually, I think, worse dispersion than the KV2, if you didn't know. But that's the whole point of the T-49, is it's a moving derp gun, and that's why I love the tank. A lot of people like the accuracy of the 92 better. I like the idea of whiffing a shell for 931 damage into the side of a Lorraine. Now, that guy should have seen that coming, judging that I was there, but that's just so much fun when you do ruin a guy's day like that. So, what do we have? We have the Tiger 2 right there. No way I'm going to be able to hit that, but you know what? He didn't back up, so I guess we did hit it. So we're already at 2,665 damage here, and there is still plenty of damage left on the table for us to pick up. So here we go, let's do this. Now, I don't think the T-92 one is able to roll as nearly high as the T-49 is, because they have, I think, 700 average damage with their high explosive, where it might even be less. I think it's 700, though, or maybe 640. I'm not 100% sure what the average damage is on the 92, but I'm pretty sure it's quite a bit less than your T-49. So that is a T-34 there, who's most likely going to tap me. Yeah, both of them tapped me. That hurt quite a bit. And Michelle missed. That really sucks. Okay, we are going to run away as quickly as possible, because I don't want to die. Chances are I'm probably going to end up dying, though. So, yeah, that's no fun for me. Come on, Tiger, play with me. I would love to see you do it. Oh no, why? See, this is the struggles of the T-49. It's called accuracy. It's something this tank really kind of doesn't have. I love it, but sometimes it doesn't like to hit its shells. So here we go. Let's get the shell into this IS-3. We can do it, I believe. So that 34 actually got quite of a comeback, but these guys aren't on really any HP left, so singular HE should finish off both of these guys, and all that's left is the IS-3. So let's go clear this guy with a single HE. There you go. So that was a pretty accurate depiction of the 49. It falls apart very easily if you don't know what you're doing, or you push too aggressive, which I almost did there. At the same time, it has some of the worst dispersion in the game. Let me check what the dispersion is and what the average damage is. So average damage is 780, and dispersion is 0.453, so completely awful dispersion values. But that's the whole point of the tank. It's fun to run, it's got that big gun, and that's why I think the 49 is the 3rd most played tank in Blitz. So, yeah, it does do way more high explosive damage, 100 more on average. So you're able to roll 975 on the the T49, where the T92 one I think is only able to roll like 800 and something. So it's definitely much of a difference on the high explosive. I think maybe 850. So next up we have the WT. And by the way, the 49 has 2.276 battles played, or not 2.276, but 2,276,000. So a very, very crazy amount of games played on the T49. But now we're pulling out the Waffle, which again is another tank that kind of surprised me there. I got a little voice crack very early, and I haven't had not a cup of coffee yet in the morning. But yeah, the WT is another super crazy fun tank. In fact, I made a video on it a couple days ago. But this tank has, what was it? Let me just double check the battles. This tank has 2.3 million battles played in it. And wait until you see how many the number 1 tank has. Now, the Waffle and the T49 have pretty much been in the game ever since it came out. Not necessarily the first, because there were only 3 tech trees, and the grill was added, I think, a year or so after the game was released. But the 49 was sort of the same way. I think it was 2 years after. It's just that people like really troll derp guns, and you'll notice that for the number 1 position as well. All 3 top played tanks are very derp. In fact, number 5 was the FE2 and 5B 183, and the number 4 was the T92. So all of the tanks in the top 5 played list are all big derp guns. So here we go. We're going to be running the WT. Now, WT playstyle, what is it? Well, it has a 3.4 second aiming time for a 640 derp gun. Now, yeah, that's kind of crazy when you do think about it, judging that you have a quicker reload than most heavy tanks, and you also do more damage, and you have more DPM. So yeah, and you also have, some of the times, more penetration. So in a tier 8 matchup like this, you pretty much dominate the entire battlefield. And as well, you have like an excellent camo rating. Yeah, there's not a lot of bad things I can really say about the Waffle. So we have that ISU spotted over here. And if this guy, my teammate is just pushing me. Thank you, teammate. Okay, if this guy would just back up. Oh my god, my teammate just actually screwed that shell for me. So I'm glad that one went in, but thank you, T54. Very, very appreciative of that. So what else do we have here? We got the Yak Panther, ISU's over there. We got the FV301 spotted to the other side. Let's get a nice little tap rate. Not into him. Dispersion, I can say, is still not the best on this gun. It's good, but, you know, it's a derp gun. That's the whole thing of the WTs. It's not necessarily the most accurate gun. So let's try this again. They never penetrate the side of that FE301. Like, I'll take 300 damage. Of course, taking 300 off anybody's fun, but I would much rather have brought that guy down to a one-shot with a singular shell. So I'm going to keep backing up here, see if we can get any more shells, maybe into that AMX. If we could just creek our tank right over to the side here. Come on. I swear, if this pens, I would be so happy. I don't think we can get that out. Come on. Wait, I think we can get it. No, he backed up. Please don't be spotted. And we are. That kind of sucks. Okay, we're going to move. Now, these guys are probably going to start pushing forwards, judging that my team is flanking behind, which is good. That means that they are going to have to change position, but, there we go. 831 damage into that poor AMX 5100. So that is the charm of having a big gun again, is you're able to whip off massive shells. So that was one shell ruining that AMX's day. I'm not sure if that AMX is still sitting there, but it's very tempting to take a blind shot. But as well, at the same time, we got tanks like the Patton, we got tanks like the IS-3. So there we go, 693 into the IS-3 there. So again, already racking up crazy amounts of damage. And all I've done pretty much is stay at the back of the map, because that is the whole job of the WT, is sort of just stay at the back of the map, rack up the damage, and, well, yep, there you go, 1,045 damage into the poor Patton's butt. So, yeah, we've already racked up 3,600 damage. We've got this FV301 going quite aggressive here. I would love to get a shell into the side of him. Only way we're going to do that is if we turn our tank to the side here, and, kaboom! There you go, another 412 damage, and yeah, there's nobody really left on the enemy team. Not sure what our IS-3 is aiming at, but he's not doing the best of jobs, but easily at 4,000 damage in this game. I love the derp on this tank. I actually love the other gun, too. Both guns are quite OP. Oof, I should have let that aim in a little more. But, yeah, the WT is actually an overpowered tank in my opinion. Wargaming won't nerf it because it's such a delicate vehicle where you nerf one thing on it and it's going to ruin the whole tank. It's got the great aiming time. Honestly, I just think for the derp gun, if they nerf the aiming time, maybe to like 4.5 seconds, just a little bit of a nerf, it would make the tank a lot more balanced because, yeah, 4,000 damage for barely being spotted, not shot at once, you can see why the WT is one of the most played tanks. They had pretty much 3 zeros. Their whole team combined did about 20% more damage than that 1 damage we pulled out in the WT. So yeah, WT, one of my favorite tank destroyers at tier 9. It is insanely good. So moving on to the number 1 position, what do you think it is? Place your bets in the comments down below, but I'm pretty sure we all know what it is. It is the Sheridan. I'm looking at tier 9, but the Sheridan has 2.6 million games played in it. I'm just going to double check that because I did read that a couple seconds ago. It is 2.6 million. Yes, that is kind of crazy when you do think about it, because unlike the other 2 tanks, so they've been in the game for years. This tank has been in literally for a year. That's it. Not even, I don't think. And the fact that this tank was able to acquire 2.6 million games is crazy, especially because it's died down quite a bit. Again, just like the T92E1, it's lost so much DPM in the reload. A T49 has about the same DPM as this tank. And yeah, that's, again, kind of sad when you do think about it, judging that you're going up 2 tiers, but yet you're actually going about down in DPM for both of the higher tiers. So yeah, and you also don't have that lovely HE that the T49 has. So it definitely loses some advantages over the tier 8 counterpart. And dealing HE damage is the thing that the 49 is really good at. It's able to shoot people for 300, 400 damage sometimes that you can't do in these tanks when you're trying to splash them just because you don't have as much alpha. So here we go. We are going to be running all the way over here. But of course, the main reason why these tanks are so played is because of the missiles. People love lobbing missiles over the ridges. It is fun. I will agree with that. There we go. Nice tap right into the side of that pattern there for 580. It is also nice, of course, to have that big alpha damage, which most other tanks don't get in the game, especially when it's bundled into a light tank. So here we go. We have that pattern right here. Now, I don't trust my missile abilities at all in the slightest, and we've also got this Kampfpanzer pulling off to the side. He's going to shoot me, but again, why? I don't know, because he's trading with a tank that does the same damage as him, so kind of a pointless trade if you ask me. That Patton really wants to clear us. I'm not sure if we out-reload this guy, but I'm going to try. Yes, we do, and we don't at the same time. So, yeah, I'm not too healthy anymore on hit points. That's for sure. And this Patton's probably going to shoot me. Yes, he is. Of course he is. So, yeah, I'm going to back away and get into safety. Oh, that's not safety. That's drowning myself. We're going to get out of here. Okay, the Patton's actually backing up, which is good, which means I can sort of maybe back up here. I want to try and spot their 183. Well, I hit him. I hit him with the missile, but yeah, not much more than a hit. But you can see that you can shoot missiles and hit people across the map. So we did lose a lot of our HP. I'm not necessarily the best with this vehicle. Not in any means. I'm not very good at all because I don't run it a lot. But if you're good with missiles and you're just an excellent player at lobbing them, yeah, you can be quite troll with this tank. So I don't want to be spotted by that AMX. So I'm going to try and go the safe way and stay as far away as possible from that guy. If we get spotted, we're pretty much going to die, I have a feeling. So I don't know where he is, but let's try this. Oh, I went a little high. Please don't be spotted. Oh, we are not. Okay, that's perfect. So I can sort of sit here and be protected from being spotted. So let's see if we can maybe get that AMX. Once again, we have another shot here. You know what? We might just be able to get a standard shell. There we go. 535 into the AMX's turret. So I'm better with actual standard shells. And honestly, the missiles aren't as OP as the standard ammunition in this tank. A lot of people say that the missiles are OP nowadays, but I actually think that if you can do better with standard ammo, it is kind of better. So yeah, I've got to be very careful here still. Don't have a lot of HP, which is something that you want to have, especially in a light tank. But come on, M103, move a little quicker. Please, please, you must have the stock engine, because you are really, really... Oh my god, dude. Dude! Holy crap, I hate teammate. Move! Move! Holy crap. There you go. Moved and died. I hate players like that. Okay, so that's always fun. He's dead. We got the Patton over here, who I would love to get a shell into. If that Patton tries to hit me, I will tap him with HE and do 19 damage, apparently. I love my rolls. Okay, so let's back up here before we die. I thought my HE would kill him. Now, if you were in a T49, I can actually almost guarantee that my HE would have killed the guy there. So I want to get up this ridge so I don't die. So let's climb up here, or not, or, you know, we can't climb a little hill. So let's try... I don't know what to do here. I don't know. This is a tough scenario where anything can sort of go. So let's just HEU in the turret. There we go. Patton's probably going to kill me here, which it looks to be. Yes, we did get killed from the Patton, but he got taken out in the process, so we did our job. We're going to win this game, so I did a pretty good job distracting. That's actually something that these tanks do a good job as. The Sheridans, because they're such a hated tank, a lot of people want to target them. A lot of people want to take them out. You'll notice that always in the battlefield if you run it. So I can say we still did a pretty solid job for the tank, 2,300 damage. So I'm happy with that. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of the top 3 most played tanks. As I said, it goes Sheridan, WT, T49, T92E1, and then the FV2 and 5B 183. All derp guns, so there's obviously a popularity within the fun side of the community, which I agree with. I would much rather have fun in a game than grind down a line that's not necessarily fun, like, let's say the AT-15. That's not a fun tank, so obviously it's not nearly played as much as the others. So I hope you guys are all doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.